Hello, friends. It's Nikki, and welcome back to my messy bookshelf. Today I'm here with a little bit of a book haul, and I do have a few books here, but I am waiting on a few others to arrive from Thrift Books and Amazon. So I figured I wanted to get these put away. I have collected these over the last few weeks, so I want to get them put away, and I will add the ones that are coming to my August book haul if I have one. Um, so yeah, it's not the biggest book haul I've ever done, but I have a few books here. And a couple of them were actually books I added to my TBR because of other booktubers. So, um I'll start with one of those. The first book I have here is The Foursome by Christina Baker Klein. This is a book that I heard Lauren from The Youngs and the Restless talking about in one of their recent wrap ups. And this, from what I can tell, is based on a true story. The author is actually distantly related to some of the main characters in this book. And I thought that was neat. But this is the story of two conjoined twins who go on to marry sisters. So two men, um, conjoined twins that marry two sisters, and all the, I guess, drama and just other things surrounding that. I don't know too much, but she made it sound really good. And I know that it's set in the 1800s. Yeah, 1839. So that just seems like it would have been so shocking, so much more shocking in that time than it would be today. So I was very intrigued, and I did end up purchasing this because I did see it on sale at the bookstore. The next one I have is The Optimist Daughter by Eudora Welty. I forgot to mention in my last wrap up, I was introduced to Welty last week during my reading for school, and I wanted more. I wanted more, and this is said to be her best novel. And she is an author, a Southern American author from the early 20th century, and I really enjoyed the essay that I read of hers um, in class, and so I wanted more of her writing. And yeah, The Optimist Daughter is said to be one of her best works. And all I know, it's a story of a young woman who returns to her home years after she left, and her father is dying, and she is going back to small hometown. So we have this one, and then the next one is a nonfiction. This was a complete purchase on a whim, but I couldn't help myself. And this is Marple, Expert on Wickedness by Mark Aldridge. And yeah, it's all about what does he call himself? An agathologist, Dr. Mark Aldridge. Uh, looks at nearly a century of St. Mary Mead's most famous resident and uses his own detective skills. And there's like photos in here, and there is background about all of the books. And I just love Miss Marple. I love Miss Marple. And I believe I have read every Miss Marple book and short story that there is. So I don't think I will receive any spoilers from this, but it looks like it's going to be a fascinating read. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. I'm sorry if I am sounding a bit scratchy and sniffling. My allergies are going out of control. Really going out of control. The next one I have is one that I was interested in because I read The Dutch House for Audio Miles like 2 months ago, and I wanted more Ann Patchett. And then I heard someone, I think it was Angelia, over at Read and Reread talking about this book called Whistler. And this is about a woman. At the time this book is set, she is older. I think she's definitely an adult. 53. She is 53 years old. She is with her husband and runs into a man that used to be married, her stepfather. She runs into a man that used to be married to her mother, and her mother passed away after being married to this man for just a few years. And I think they develop a relationship, or, you know, things happen when they meet again. And it sounded very impactful and interesting to me because I also have a stepfather that I keep in touch with, even though my mother passed away after they had only been married for, what was it, 6 years? So it kind of resonated with me when Angelia was talking about this, and I think it was Angelia. But I did see this one and I did pick it up as well. The next one that I have here is another nonfiction, one that has been on my radar for a bit, and that's Jane Austen's Bookshelf by Rebecca Romney. And everybody in the chat, it felt like, when we were doing the group read for People April, the Blue Stockings, kept comparing it to this book and saying that this one was better. And that's all they had to say, because I enjoyed Blue Stockings. And this is about the authors and women who sort of inspired Jane Austen to become the writer that she was. So fascinating, and I am interested to dive into this one. I really enjoyed Blue Stockings. The Blue Stockings. The next one is a collection of short stories by William Faulkner. And I know that there is a Faulkner in August event coming up that I would like to participate. And there is also Short Story Summer. So I thought that this would be perfect for the month of August. So excited about this. This will be my first introduction to Faulkner. And then the last thing I picked up was The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. I think there is going to be a group read of this over at Melinda's channel from A Web of Stories, and I do want to dive more into Shakespeare. I've only read maybe 3 of his plays ever, and yeah, I would like to experience more Shakespeare. So what better way than with a group? And they are fairly short, so got this one. And yeah, that was it out of everything that I have so far. And like I said, I do have some things coming in the mail, but I will save those for next month. But I would like to put these away. And I thank you. If you made it to the end of this video, please let me know if you've read any of these or have plans for any of these, or are planning to participate in any of the events that I mentioned. And again, thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.